Would you do that? You would. Now, here is the thrust of the argument. The thrust is that whatever the material world exhibits, then God has to exhibit those same qualities. What he's saying is, if you see design in the material world, then whatever that you say happens in the material world has to happen with God. But that's false. In fact, God has always been supernatural, outside of nature. God is the first uncaused, eternal, all-powerful, all-knowing, non-natural being. Now, the atheist says, well, no, you can't do that. You can't say that there's something that does not obey natural law. But then do you know, if you ask an honest atheist, in the honest about certain things, if you ask a person who is really going to tell you what they know about the current ideas of cosmology, at the singularity of the Big Bang, which I certainly don't adhere to, at the singularity of the Big Bang that you say exploded and caused everything that we see today, were the natural laws that are in place now in place at the Big Bang? Well, if you study the cosmological literature, you will see in Hawking's book, A Brief History of Time, he says that at the singularity of the Big Bang, now he's projecting it as a fact, I'm certainly not, but he says all natural law would break down at the Big Bang. So what you see then is the atheistic community endowing nature with the ability to behave supernaturally. Certainly. Well, here is in essence what's being said. In essence, what we're saying along those lines is this, and I've got a couple of little things. Okay, here we go. We're saying it's ignorant and superstitious to believe that God made everything out of nothing. Oh, it's logical and scientific to believe that nothing made everything out of nothing. We're saying God is an effect and must have a cause. Matter is the uncaused first cause. We're saying if God made everything, then who made God? Oh, matter made everything, and nothing made matter. Now, I'm honestly and sincerely not belittling the people who hold these beliefs. In fact, I have looked into the eyes of compassionate, kind, good people who are atheists. There are people like that out there. In fact, I believe that there are several million of them. But they are not kind and considerate and compassionate because of their atheism. They're kind and compassionate and considerate in spite of the atheistic philosophy. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will now have what the format calls a cross-examination. Each of you will be allowed 5 minutes to ask each other questions directly. And so Mr. Barker will begin with you. You have 5 minutes to ask Mr. Butts questions directly.
Thank you, Kyle. It's a pleasure to know you. And you're a very adequate speaker and a very good debater. It's pretty nice. The Bible says God is a spirit. Can you tell us what is a spirit? What is spirit?
It is a non-physical, incorporeal, ultimate mind.
But that doesn't answer the question. What is it? What is, you told us what it is not. You said it is non-corporeal, non-physical. But positively, what is spirit? God is a spirit. Obviously, God is made of something, right? We can define what God is. So positively, what is spirit?
That would be like asking, what is darkness? Well, it's the absence of light. What is cold? Well, it's the absence of heat. So in order to nail down exactly what God is, in fact, earlier you said, well, the people who are talking about design are arguing for a God of the gaps. We're supposedly saying that we don't know this piece of information, so we're inserting God. Well, here's what's happening in this, and this is a common question among atheists. We're inserting atheism in a gap of human knowledge. We don't know exactly what a spirit is. We know it's not, and we know how to define it. But because we don't know exactly what it is, the atheistic community has often inserted atheism as, we don't know what a spirit is. Thus, atheism must be true.
But you haven't defined it.
Oh, certainly.
No, you have not defined it. You have not told me what it is. And if it's just the absence of something, then it's nothing. Because cold is the absence of heat. Cold is nothing. Darkness is the absence of light. Darkness is nothing. So if God is a spirit, and the spirit is the absence of something, then God is nothing. I've never heard anyone define what a spirit is. It seems like circular thinking. You're assuming, aren't you assuming the very thing you're trying to prove? You're trying to prove there's a transcendent realm, and you're simply pulling yourself up by your bootstraps.